Hey guys, this is Chris from Empire Bricks and welcome to another LEGO Star Wars set review. Today we're having a look at set 75187 BB-8. The set was released in 2017. It has 1106 pieces, it has one minifigure and it retails for $99.99 in both dollars and euros. So a very special set guys, and having said that, let's get one thing out of the way. Is this set a UCS set or not? Well, having done some research, I found some people who actually mailed LEGO about that. And LEGO officially answer is no, this is not a UCS set. But in my mind and in my opinion, this is nothing else than a UCS set for the following reasons. First of all, it is a very large build of a droid such as the R2-D2 UCS set that we have seen in the past. It has the special specification sticker that we basically only get with UCS sets. It is priced pretty low, but still, if you look at what the R2-D2 UCS set was retailing for when it came out, this is not that far from that price. So, in my mind, I will be reviewing this as a UCS set. And having said that, let's dive in and go to the one and only minifigure that we get with this set. And that is, of course, BB-8. Dropped him there for a second. Nothing new for this guy. He is the BB-8 as we have seen him in so many other sets. This is by far the astromech droid that I have the most figures of. And since his appearance doesn't change during the movies, we only get the same one. So this is nothing new, but we get one of those just for skill and see how big this UCS set actually is. During the build, I have to say that I found that this set was a kind of repetitive set in the fact that if you look at the set, there is this pattern that you see, which is basically repeated along all sides. So you have this round circle over here. If we turn the whole thing around, you can see it's basically the same thing on all sides, just with this small difference in the gray pieces that are attached to add some greebling to the whole thing. But in general, it's kind of repetitive and it has a lot of small pieces. So it's not the greatest, most exciting build. On the other hand, you really see BB-8 come to life, and that is worth something as well. So I'm really happy to have this. It took me about 4 or 5 hours to build it while watching a movie, so I think it could have been faster though. But overall, it's a good build. It's not great, it's not bad, it's a good build. Normally I would go to more minifigures or any features, but before we get into any features, I would have to say that this set is mostly for display purposes, of course, which is great. I think it looks amazing. It does the job very well, and it has some small features that make up for the fact that this is a display piece. So the first feature, or maybe I'm not sure if that's a feature, but the head is kind of attached loosely to a mechanism on the inside, which is very hard to show you guys, but it gives you the real feel of the actual BB-8, and I think it's a genius construction. It does use one rubber band, of which I am not a big fan, but still I think that's really cool. And then there is some stuff that they worked into that mechanism that works through the panels on the outside. So I'm going to start with the first one, which is this turning piece, which if you look closely rolls out this lighter piece over here. Which is, of course, a reference to the scene with Finn, where he's asking BB-8 to tell Rey where the resistance base is, and he answers with a thumbs up with a lighter. Now, that's a great, really neat function. It works perfectly well, except for one thing. You just saw me close the hatch by using my hand, and that is basically the only way to close it, and I know for a fact that there is some small modifications possible to make that close again when the lighter goes inside again. So that's kind of a missed chance by LEGO, in my opinion, that they did not include that function as a standard. But still, it's really cool to turn that side panel and see the lighter thumbs up come out. On the other side, we have another one of those panels, and if we turn that one, you can actually turn the head of BB-8. It's a 360-degree mechanism, so you can turn it as far as you like in both sides, and by turning it one way it will lean forward and the other way it will lean backward a little bit. So it has a great animation feature, and I think that is really cool. It makes for a lot of fun. You're just playing around with that feature. The head itself is really, movie accurate. There's a lot of antennas, and the eye is really correct. There's a lot of detail in the head, so I really like that part of the build, and it has some really cool features for a display piece, because as I'm reviewing this as a UCS set, I have to compare it to the UCS R2D2 set, which basically does not have functions like this, not this complicated, at least with a Lego Technic mechanism on the inside. So I think that they did a great job in making this a little bit more than just a display piece. Since it's a display piece, it actually has a standard that comes with it. So I'm gonna take this off for a second, put it down here, and take a closer look at the stand. And it basically consists of some black slopes that are built in a square, making sure that it actually holds the ball. It is a little fragile because these tend to break off pretty easily if they are pushed outwards like this. So if you try to push BB-8 in, it will break both or maybe all four of the slopes. Having a look at the specification plate, it says BB-8. Model is a BB unit astromech droid. Its affiliation is the Resistance. Primary function is navigation and repair. Its height is 0.67 meters, and its equipment has a holographic projector, a welding torch, and an arc welder, which is, I think, one of the tools that you can actually see coming out as a thumbs up. And primary sensor color is red. So kind of random facts, nothing too special. I think they could have put in a little bit more since there's a lot of room to put in such details. But so I think it's a very cool detail, and it's very neat that they added that plaque to the set, putting BB-8 in here again. There he is. So that's it for the whole set. In my opinion, what are the biggest pros and cons of this set? The biggest pro is, I think, the affordability of a UCS set. So a lot of people can't afford UCS sets. They're expensive, either because they're expensive in store, like the UCS Millennium Falcon at about $800, or they're expensive because they are retired and very hard to get. This one is actually very affordable, and even though Lego says it's not an official UCS set, I think this has everything that a UCS set has, and in that sense, it is the most affordable UCS set around. And I would really recommend anybody who hasn't gotten a UCS set in the past to make this one your first, as a stepping stone to maybe bigger things. But yeah, so I guess that's the biggest pro. It's a very affordable, feature-rich, good-looking UCS set. The biggest con is, I guess, the missed opportunity to have that door close again. It's a small thing, but you're paying $100 or €100 for a set. And this is something that I really expected to work, and it's just something stupid that Lego should have fixed in the design. So that's it for my review. I really hope you liked it. If you did like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.